We took over a big space to tape One Detroit here today, but it's very cool. This is one of my favorite spots. I know I've been squirreled in a corner a couple times doing some work here, but this is really an amazing space that you guys have had since 2012.
It's been open since 2012, yep.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us a little bit of the history of Great Lakes Coffee.
Well, it's a husband and wife that own it. They're from Detroit originally. They were both had great executive positions at Fortune 500 companies, and their love of coffee really, they wanted to jump into their own company and their own business. They started out selling espresso machines, went into wholesale coffee, and then really had a radar, on the radar was the retail space since about 2003, and kind of got the opportunity in 2012 to build this location right on Woodward, and they jumped at it.
I mean, 2012 was kind of a pivotal time too in the city.
Yes.
In terms of where resurgence was, in terms of where foot traffic was coming in, and this space was very different than what we're looking at right now.
Very different. This building was the Blue Moon Bar before, but this actual location was vacant for 20 years prior to us doing the restoration that we did.
So what kind of work did you have to put into this place?
All the brickwork, you can kind of see some of the mortar, all the vents, everything obviously had to be updated. There was holes everywhere, the floors got redone. I mean, a total reconstruction.
Everybody loves a coffee shop. I mean, you twist my arm to go into one, but what was it like in terms of seeing foot traffic change in Midtown and the people that you're getting coming in and out of here? I assume a cross section.
It's a very interesting mix most of the time. We'll get everything from the doctors and nurses getting off from the DMC right across the street. We'll get pre-concert venues from both the DSO and the Majestic Theater. Wayne State students, then there's business meetings, there's first dates. We're such a unique space with having a full bar as well. So it's not only just a coffee shop, it has the full liquor license as well. So we can sell to-go beer and wine, which is such a unique offering for just a coffee shop.
Yeah, I often wonder, I mean, when people go to Starbucks or they go to the big chain coffee shops, what have you seen in terms of clientele and people talking to you about loyalty to smaller brands, loyalty to local, and especially, I feel that people from Detroit, we often really love to connect to something that says Great Lakes or something that's from our home state that we can uniquely claim as our own.
Absolutely. Well, and everybody in Michigan is, the Michigan made, it's such a loyal following, as everybody supports, the Michigan brands. But as far as the large chains, they really, we love them. We love getting their old employees. They're trained really well, and they also break down barriers that we've been doing. For example, the cold brew coffee that we do here, we've been doing in-house on our own version of it since we started in 2012, and nobody really knew about it unless you came in. Well, now Starbucks is doing a cold brew coffee, and we get people coming in asking if we do it. They try ours and like it so much better because we've been doing it for way longer than they have.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a different formula.
It introduces people, knocks down the barriers that we could never market as much as they do, just being the size that they are.
Yeah.
So,
can you ever have too many coffee shops? I mean, I don't think so personally, but
I don't think so. I mean, I think that everybody has their own unique space, their own unique, clientele and vibe that they have in here. We try to be very relaxed, but at the same time, it is a business, and and you guys have seen today, it's busy all the time, especially being right on Woodward. It's a great location.
So tell me a little bit about, we talked the difference between 2012 and 2019, where we are in terms of growth for you guys, in terms of growth for the area. What's kind of the prognosis here in looking at the next couple of years for you guys in growing business?
Well, we're going to keep growing. We've got a very strong brand over this past year. We've really grown exponentially with local partners, distribution chains. We have national attention with, we have a location inside Cobo Hall with an exclusive coffee provider in there. So starting next week when the auto show starts, we're the only coffee in the venue. So we get people literally from eyes all over the world coming into and get introduced to our brand first. It's their first introduction to Detroit coffee. And then we, obviously let them know we have a location in Midtown, and that just all feeds each other.
That's a huge deal for you. Plus you guys have the roastery, it's in Bloomfield, right?
Bloomfield, yep.
Because I actually went there probably 12 years ago to start buying coffee for my family members who live out of town, and also for my parents who love your coffee. Yep. And I do as well. But I mean, that's a really interesting facility, but that's where I found the first time to be able to actually get my hands on the coffee.
Absolutely, and that's where everything comes from. So we actually send people on sourcing trips to the countries we get the coffee from, the Kenyas, the Colombias, the Ethiopias. We send them, talk to the local farmers, support them. It comes back, goes to Bloomfield, gets roasted, comes here, or you purchase it online. It all comes from Bloomfield Hills. Okay,
so I got to ask you what your favorite coffee drink is then.
Mine is always, the pour-overs are second to none. So the Las Lajas one is the one that always every time we offer it, I have to get it every day.
All right, every day. So how much coffee do you drink?
I have to limit myself to 2, or it's bad.
1 in the morning, 1 in early afternoon, or you can't drink coffee like after 2?
Nah, I try not to. You have to really limit yourself.
All right, well, we're going to watch you on
Yeah,
that
all right,
one. All right. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.